Hey guys, so this isn't how I would usually do a video, but it's whatever, it's fine. Anyways, so for today's video, we are going to be ranking all 12 of the main seasons of Toll Paper Island. So yeah, let's get into some. I'm only gonna have a few roles. So the only two things I'm not including are Paper Ultra Elimination, because that's a completely different show. And I'm also not going to be including Catch the Mole, because that season's currently ongoing, and I don't want it to seem weird that it could change at whatever time. So yeah. Anyways, let's get into the ranking from 1 to 12. Let's get into this. One more thing. This video is my opinion, so don't get mad over a season being ranked wherever. It's just my personal opinion, okay? So, yeah, let's get into this now. So, at the bottom of the list, at number 12, we have Total Paper Island, Redonkulous Race. Yup, Redonkulous Race is the worst season of Total Paper Island. This season, to put it shortly, was such a big mess in so many ways. Holy shit. The cast was honestly not too interesting. Like, there are a lot of bad people here. Quite a few ones. The leakers. The arc was really bad. Holy shit. Also due to the leakers. And the pirates were good enough winners, in my opinion. So, yeah. So, Redonkulous Race is easy. Worst season ever. So, coming in next up at number 11, we actually have the season before Redonkulous Race. We have Toll Paper Island All-Stars.
This is all your fault, Oshawott. Get out of here.
Yup, All-Stars is here. This season was pretty disappointing, to be honest. So yeah, let's get into this. To start things off, everything besides the arc, most of the stuff before the arc, is very boring, to be honest. And plus, a lot of the eliminations this season were kind of BS, in my opinion. And episode 11. Enough said. However, the thing that saves the season from being at the very, very bottom is the arc, the enemy arc. This is one of the best arcs, and I don't know if it's better than the Catch Them All arc. I need to think out, so yeah. All-Stars is now at number 11. Also, David was robbed AF. Okay, in at number 10, we actually have the first season of Toll Paper Island, being Toll Nintendo Island, aka Season 1.
I will kill the Roblox. Get it.
Oh boy, this one's gonna be a doozy. What should I start off with? I guess I'll start with the fact that this season has not aged well. With the whole paper cutouts being drawn and all the setting and TFN still having his young voice, yeah, this season hasn't really aged well, TBH. Also, with the fact that, the cast was pretty meh. Like, the characters themselves are, like, pretty decent for the time, but for, like, development, they weren't really given as much development. But, however, this thing that saves the season from being bad is, funny enough, its watchability. I mean, this season is pretty fun to look back on if you like to see how much Toll Paper Island has evolved over the time. So yeah, that's why Nintendo Island is here at number 10. So next up on the list, we have another older season of the show, which is meh, I guess. It's Toll Paper Island Revenge of the Island. Yeah, this season is pretty meh, but there are two big issues with the season. First, the big alliances. The big alliances in shows and stuff are not really entertaining when they're like to a point. So yeah, and also the second issue being Leafy's the worst winner, period. Besides that, the season was meh, and yeah, there's not much else to say about that, so yeah, I guess I'll move on. Moving on, we have another case of numbers 12 and 11. We actually have another season before Revenge of the Island. We have Toll Paper Island World Tour.
you could have talked this whole time, and you never talked at all in this entire season.
No.
So yeah, World Tour. So, I guess I'll say the cast is decent, and Jesse was a really good winner. Yeah, there isn't much to say. This season was just meh. Moving on. Okay, moving on to number 7. Now, the rest of these seasons are good seasons. These are good seasons of Toll Paper Island, so yeah. So, coming in at number 7, we have Toll Paper Island, Brain vs. Brawn vs. Beauty.
3, 2, 1.
So yeah, so let's get into BVBVB. So let's start off with the cast. The cast I honestly kind of like the cast. It's a lot more out there besides Battle of the Memes. This is a pretty out there cast, and plus, I like 3 teams, aside from the, boring 2. And plus, the twist for the elimination was pretty decent, where they picked who got eliminated. So yeah, that's pretty unique, I guess. The arc this season was pretty okay, I guess, and Iron Man was a pretty good winner. So yeah, BVBVB is here. Now, moving on to number 6, we have the shortest cast in TPI history. We have Toll Paper Island, Pack 2 Island.
Guys, I'm sorry for all of this. Hopefully, you can forgive me one day.
Okay, Pack 2 Island. So, the cast was pretty good for being so short, and despite there being a couple dull episodes throughout, this was the first season to have an arc, so at least there's something. And Lavinka was kind of a boring winner. She was kind of a floater, but it was whatever. The season was still very good, so that's why it is where it is. So, we're now moving into the top 5. And starting off with the top 5, we have another older season of the show, and it's the oldest season remaining. It's Toll Paper Island, Robloxians vs. Smash Bros.
Wait, I don't know what that means, Dina.
To start off, the cast was pretty good. There was a good mix of Robloxians vs. Smash Bros. And the cast itself was actually pretty good. A lot of people brought stuff to the table. Even Dino, who was first out, he had a little rivalry with Jesse, which was pretty interesting, I guess. And even though Mega Man wasn't the best winner in the world, there was a lot of good stuff to help the season get where it was. So that's why Roblox vs. Smash Bros. Is in, just makes it to the top 5. Okay, this next one's going to be a little controversial because I know TDI fan considers this the best season of the show as of now. I don't know if he considers Catch the Mole better, but from what I know, he's in. But once again, this is my opinion, so yeah. Coming in at number 4, we have Heroes vs. Villains.
You guys can fuck yourselves, okay? Because I'm done with that crap.
So, Heroes vs. Villains. Here we go. So, the cast, really good. This is one of the best casts we ever had. A lot of good variants. There's almost no one here that's a dead. I mean, maybe I'll leave if you like a woman, but very few duds on this cast. This story was actually really interesting this season. This was one of the first seasons to have an overarching story, not just a story randomly popping up a few episodes before the arc and stuff. So yeah, that was interesting. And Izuku wasn't the best winner in the world. No offense to you guys fan, but the rest of the season was really good, so it doesn't really matter. Now, why is this season lower? Even though this season really has stuff going on, it doesn't have as much stuff going on as the last 3. Like, 2 of the last 3 have a lot of stuff going on. So, yeah, but it was still a really good season. So that's why Heroes vs. Villains is here at number 4. So, top 3, eh? Yeah, okay. Anyways, moving on to number 3. We actually have the most recent completed season of this show. Catch 'em All still going on, but yeah. Anyways, we have Roblox Rampage. Yep, Roblox Rampage is here. So let's get into the cast. The cast was really good, just like Heroes of Villains' last few. The cast had been really good. There are once again barely any duds, and overall this was just an amazing cast. Well, besides a few TPI leaks. once again, the overarching story of the season has been really good, and the arc was amazing. It almost brought me to tears, almost, of TPI fans' death. So yeah, and other stuff was really good. So yeah, that's why Roblox Rampage is here at number 3. So top 2. So at number 2 we have, without a doubt, the weirdest season of TPI, but still a really amazing season. We have Battle of the Memes. Oh my, Battle of the Memes is really something of a season, if I do say so myself. So the cast, the biggest cast so far, and it still managed to be good. Like, just like I said with BBBBB, this is one of the most diverse casts in TPI history, and plus a lot of them are really good. Well, there are a few duds like Poopy Lavender, but besides that, this season is really good. The story this season is really good, and it will lead up to other stuff happening later on. Well, and other stuff, and plus Tony was a decent enough winner, in my opinion. So yeah, that's why the season is here, but it still doesn't have a little something I'll mention in the number 1 slot. It still doesn't have that something that I'll talk about when we get to number 1. But what's number 1? Well, you probably already know because there's one number season left. But anyways, let's get on to number 1. Now, we're finally here. My favorite season of Toll Paper Island, number 1. Now, before we get into number 1, I have a little thing to say. I think this is an unpopular opinion. I'm not sure if it is. I'm pretty sure it is. But I know around the days of Redonkulous Race and BBBE possibly, that this looks to be the best season. But, once again, this is my opinion. So yeah, let's get into this. My favorite season of Total Paper Island is Total Paper Island Veterans vs. Newcomers.
This sucks. Yeah!
Yes, Veterans vs. Newcomers is my favorite season of Total Paper Island. Now, the basics. The cast. Amazing cast. One of the best ones yet. Yeah. This is a good mix-up of veterans from the past few seasons and newcomers. There's almost no one here I hate. The only people that are kind of bad are Severix and maybe HK. That's it. There are a lot of okay people, but the main cast, majority of the cast is very good. So yeah. Plus I know there wasn't really an overarching story this season, but we'll get into that later. The episodes were pretty entertaining, so yeah. And plus, Oshawa is the best winner of Toll Paper Island as of now. So yeah. Now let's get into why this is number 1. Now, why this is number 1 is a little weird, but trust me on this one. So, I've been feeling a lot of, around after the season, I've been feeling like this season has felt like some kind of charm to it. Like, this season has a pretty good charm to it that I really can't get over sometimes. So that's why it's a really hard season for me to beat. So yeah. I've also had a lot of good memories with the season. Like, I had a really darn good time whenever the season was coming out. So yeah. Plus, whenever I need a good fix of TPI, I'll always come to this season and watch a few episodes of that. So that's why Veterans vs. Newcomers is personally the number 1 best TPI season in my opinion. And that's the end of the list. So I want to thank y'all for watching, and I don't know when I'll come back to this list. I'll update it when a certain amount of seasons comes. So yeah, yeah. So this has been the Battle Paper Official, aka Trash on Discord, signing off, and goodbye.